Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to what is another edition here of the Brilliantly Dumb Show. You got the D-Man, you got Mikey V. In case you didn't know, the D-Man did indeed go to the Masters, wearing the Masters.
This hat's from last year, Bob. It's not even from this year.
Oh, that hat is special, Joe. That is so good. That is so good.
Yeah, that
You're wearing a Masters polo.
I am. But it would be like if I was
What the
wearing
fuck
a
are we
shirt
talking about, Bob? This guy's laughing at me. He's wearing a
You know
bright
what,
green.
bro? Why don't you
fucking
go with
polo.
the guy who brought it up? Don't be afraid of Bob. Go after him a little bit.
Oh,
Don't
no,
Bob
no,
can
no,
bring
no.
it up.
He's
I'm
wearing-
fucking
he's
laughing
wearing a fucking
because your hat
Masters
says
shirt.
fucking Masters in gigantic fucking print. It'd be like if I wore a shirt that said Masters across the front, you could break my balls. I just think the hat was funny. Nice hat, by the way. Very nice.
That's
Not
like
even- it's
when-
not even from this year. It's from last year.
when the D-Man that went to the Masters last year, he came to dinner. We all went to dinner like the next night, and he had like a Masters shirt, the Masters belt, like just Masters. just a head for the D-Man.
Unbelievable, man.
I don't
Mikey,
mind it, though. I don't mind it. I
I'll
don't
tell
hate
you, I'll tell you, Mike. You know what I do? Whoever sent you to Mexico for this wedding, it's just absolutely, it's crazy. It's
Look,
crazy, dude.
I listen. I'm such a psychopath about like my routine and like everything I do. I'm so like robotic with like every day is the same, and like I really get anxious about going away and leaving that, especially for like 5 days. Like this is a 5 day thing. So I broke my wife's chops a lot about it, but I got to be honest. Like once I got here, the place is really nice. Like it's
Yeah,
really,
it's
really,
fun
it's
once
really
you're
nice.
there.
Having a nice time. Having a
Is
very.
that a painting of an agave plant behind you? I think it is.
I don't. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's an agave. That's what
Yes.
makes tequila.
You know better than I would, Joe. You're a horticulturist. I am not. I am not. But you got a good eye for that.
Is this? Go ahead, Joe.
Well, speaking of routine, Mikey at the outdoor gym in the
Oh yeah.
that
Mikey's,
was
Mikey's the classic. Like I'm working while you're sleeping type of guy, and he's gonna let you. And he's gonna let you know, dude. He's gonna let you know. Shoulders look good though, Mikey.
They
Shoulders
do
look
look good.
You know, like it's like I don't know, like your guys, like a part of your everyday life is golf, and a part of my everyday life is that. It's just something I
Are you
love.
working on the tan, Mikey, out there and getting some
Yeah,
sun?
I think I've caught some rays. That gym, by the way, it is nice. I like that is nice working out outside though, bro. Like that setup is
Yeah.
is mint. It
nice
really,
touch. Nice
it's not-
touch.
You got to
Right.
go in the morning though when it's not hot. It's still
That's
nice
what
and cool.
Me and Holly were there at like 6:30 or 7 o'clock because
Because if you go later, it's brutal.
the time difference, the 3 hour time difference is like I woke up this morning at 4:30. Like
Wait.
I can't sleep.
Mike,
They're Pacific time, Bob.
you might have said this, but it is the you said you had the obligations today. Is the wedding today?
That's
Yeah.
today. Yeah, it's today.
Hold on. So the wedding's on Masters Sunday.
But the time difference, the wedding doesn't start until the Masters is over.
Wedding doesn't start
Yeah.
until the Masters is over.
Yeah, 'cause it's
Oh,
3
okay.
hours
All
behind.
right. All
Yeah, 'cause
right.
of the time difference. Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah,
if that
that would have been another bang job for me for sure. Easter got me a couple of years ago. You remember that one when Easter fucked me out of Masters Sunday.
Oh,
Remember that?
did you have a family? Was it a family thing for Easter?
My mother, for whatever reason, I don't know what the reason is, but my mother is upset. Like Easter, for whatever reason, is her favorite.
Italians,
Makes a big
Italians.
deal out of Easter. It's bro, it's ridiculous. I love my mother, Ma. If you're listening, it's not against you. It's just that to make Easter such a big deal for me, I just don't. It's whatever. I love you. I don't want to talk any shit. But yeah, Easter fucked me out of the Masters couple of years. You all know. You all know.
Well,
That's a good-looking mug.
Yeah, that I got him that.
That's a handsome mug. We've talked about that mug. It's a good mug.
Yeah, it's a good mug.
But you know what, Mikey? I think Italian, Catholic, Roman Italians, like they take Easter very personal. Like it's very dear to them. Like same thing with my family. I'm like, what are we gonna get? Fucking like it's a big deal because it's the day. You know, it's the day the Lord rises. So it's like that's the most important.
We are, as a society, suffocating ourselves with things. we're suffocating ourselves. There's something that's important every other week. There's something that's majorly. No knock on Easter. Don't pretzel me. Not a knock on Easter, religious holidays. But I just feel like we are suffocating ourselves. We don't have time to breathe. That's
You know
how
what
I.
I've noticed is every day it's like a new it's like it's National Boyfriend Day, or it's National
Everything is
like
a national day.
yeah, it's every we got every single day covered. It's too much. It's too much.
When does it end? When does it end?
Yeah. Yeah, I
When does it
agree.
end?
I do. Mike, I
What though? I'll
got
tell you
I
what
was
doesn't
telling
have to end, what could just get started, Bob. Something that could just get started, never has to end, is your financial
that's
security, and
right.
how you are
Wow.
Really
investing in
good.
yourself is really important. And we're not just talking about physically, of course, we're talking about financially as well. And that's why this episode of the Brilliantly Dumb Show is brought to you and sponsored by our friends over at Acorns. April's Financial Literacy Month. That's right. They made a whole month, speaking of, national things, they made a whole month reminding you to finally take control of your money. Good news is you don't need 30 days. Acorns makes it easy to start saving and investing for your future in just 5 minutes or less. You don't need to be an expert. Acorns will recommend a diversified portfolio that matches you and your money goals. You don't need to be rich. Acorns lets you get started with the spare money you've got right now. Even if all you got is some spare change, they're going to help you. You don't need a ton of time. You don't have to think financial wellness is impossible. Acorns basically does all the heavy lifting for you. And for me personally, they've done a great job helping me build some of my equity up and help me along with my financial needs. So listen, sign up now. Join over 14 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over 25 billion, that's billion with a B, dollars with Acorns. Head on over to acorns.com/dumb or download the Acorns app to get started. Paid non-client endorsement compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Tier 1 compensation provided. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Please view important disclosure at acorns.com/dumb.
Just going to roll that over by letting you know also, ladies and gentlemen, that vacation season is nearly upon us. This year, I'm treating myself to the luxury upgrades I deserve with Kinsey's high quality travel essentials at fair prices, like lightweight shirts and shorts from $30, pants for any occasion, and comfortable lounge sets. These guys actually sent us a bunch of shirts, so I do have shirts for you guys that eventually
Oh,
you will get that. It really is. It's really, really nice. For your next trip, treat yourself to the luxe upgrades you deserve from Kinsey. Go to kinsey.com/dumb for 365-day returns plus free shipping. But I can assure you, from what I got, you aren't going to need to return that shirt, whatever it is, plus free shipping on your order. That's QUINCE.com/dumb to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Kinsey.com/dumb. Just a really, really quality fabric, a really quality shirt as we keep it on moving here on the Brilliantly Dumb Show. But I was telling Joe, I got back at 5 in the morning last night from UFC fights.
That's tough. I
mean,
thought
listen,
I was.
you're a trooper. I know you wanted to push it back. That window was
Oh,
for me. We could have done later.
no.
But I appreciate the push there. UFC last night, I couldn't really get into it, but all I heard, and I got to tell you, I saw it, the Pimblett fight. This guy looks
Patty.
like he is really starting to ascend. And I actually thought he was kind of going to regress a little bit. I thought he was kind of going to take a step back, but apparently not. You were there, you saw it. What did you think?
Yeah, we were seeing the floor. We were winning left and right. Pops was going nuts. It really was. It was a fucking blast. But at the same time, too, with Patty, Michael Chandler's lost like his last 4 or 5 fights, and the last fight he won was Tony Ferguson, I believe. Who really, I mean, that guy hasn't won a fight in a very long time. He's a legend, but um, it was so much fun. And then love him or hate him when Trump walks in, that walkout that he does. Imagine if I were to told you that there would be a president that has a UFC walkout song and comes out during the UFC. It's just to see him come out. It's
Kid
white.
Rock.
Yeah. And he's at almost every fight. I mean, Mikey, the fight that we were at, he was at the fight that me and you were at, Joe. He was at. He's at almost every
He's a
fight.
huge MMA guy.
Yeah.
The fights were awesome, but maybe my favorite thing out of that came from last night was the picture that Bob sent.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, that's unbelievable.
the Diesel's Superman fucking logo, his Superman
It's
fucking
almost as big as his head.
big as his head. I was
Right.
gonna say it's as
That's
big as his
true.
head. It's as big as his head.
For those all listen on the audio, my dad ran into Shaq and they got a picture together. It's an absolute all
I
time.
got to do a side by side of Mr. Burger and Shaq, and then me and Shaq.
That's what I thought of right when I saw him.
Mikey, you're actually one of the few pictures I've seen next to Shaq where he's not bodying.
Dude, let me say something about Shaq. When I met Shaq 2017, he was not prime Shaq. He's definitely not prime Shaq now. He's hunched over a little bit.
Yeah,
He's
I agree.
that stature. He has, because that's not full. You're not getting full blown 1993 Shaq. You're not
Orlando Magic Shaq.
Oh, that's 93 Shaq. Yeah, there's no way you're getting that. That's pure Magic Shaq. You're not getting that. You're not getting Neon Dough from Blue Chips. You're not getting that.
Could you imagine, Mikey? Like, we always fuck around with you saying with the height stuff, but like in all honesty, like, bro, it's one thing for these celebrities, they can kind of hide. They put sunglasses on when they need some like, bro, Shaq can't hide anywhere, man. Like, he came out of the tunnel and the entire arena can see him. Like, you have to look down to see what's going on, but he can't hide. And I'm sure he's used to it, but at the same time, it's like, it's one thing to be famous. It's one thing to be incredibly famous and 7'2" or
Did you guys
whatever.
chop it up with him at all, Bob?
My dad came down and he's like, Shaq's a great guy.
That's right. He is a nice guy.
The good thing with Shaq too is your dad couldn't mistake him for another pro athlete. Like, he's
Correct.
pretty noticeable.
He was hoping. He was really
that would
hoping.
have been real bad. That would have been real bad.
Really hoping.
Hey, Bob, Dikembe Mutombo's over there.
Oh man. Oh, dude, he was hoping that he would see Kenny Pickett because Pickett goes to a lot of the fights because he wants redemption. So, because the first time he saw Kenny Pickett, that's when he came back. He's like, "You're never gonna believe it." That's the one we were at, Joe. He's like,
That was Joe Burrow, right?
Joe Burrow's a big Jackal fan.
Bob's eyes lit up like the 4th of July.
And then I got a text from Pickett of them two together. I was like, Dad, that's Kenny Pickett. And then he saw Pickett again. And Pickett, it really is a big Jackal fan. So every time we see him, we say, hello, big friend of the show. Then we saw him with the fight with you, Mikey. And then he said to Kenny, he goes, I got to tell you, I really hope you beat out Russell Wilson. I really do. And he's like, that's not me. I'm on the Eagles.
That's 2 in a row. That's
well, now he's with the Browns.
That Shaq pendant, if we could talk about that Shaq pendant again, at what point do you think you have to reach in celebrity status to wear something like that and just be like, nobody's going to break your balls about it, or be like,
how heavy do you think that thing is?
Crazy, bro.
Joey D's taking a good long look at that pendant.
Yeah.
Yo, that's a Cuban link. That's
going to come back from Augusta next year, Bobby's going to have a fucking diamond chain.
All right, folks, just want to take a brief interruption to let you know that the Brilliantly Dumb Show is brought to you by the fine folks over at SeatGeek. Whatever the live event may be, you want to make sure you do it the right way. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. You can now use code BDShow2025 for 10% off tickets on SeatGeek. That's promo code BDShow2025 for 10% off tickets on the SeatGeek app. New or returning customers will see you over there. Download the SeatGeek app today.
By the way, I didn't buy myself a single thing this year. I got only gifts for other people. I got Michael a very, very nice gift. Nice gift.
Thank you, Joseph.
Actually, yours was
are you going to bring it to Green Bay? So
yes.
Green Bay? Thank you, Joseph.
And by the way, yours was the most expensive gift I got.
Whoa! What was that? Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
But you know what? I will say this. I don't care. I actually get a lot of enjoyment out of getting like gifts for people. So like, I actually thought I was going to spend a lot more. I spent about $700. I didn't buy myself anything. But I'm just saying, like, it's like I got stuff for my wife. I actually bought my future baby. I bought him a couple onesies, like for
my future baby.
I got him a couple Masters onesies. I got some stuff, man. It's nice.
But here's what's gonna happen. By the way, if I may ask, what was the item that you got Mikey?
He wanted a quarter zip. I got him a nice By the way,
quarter zips are good.
very
Nice sleeve,
very
Bob.
similar
Yeah.
color to what you're wearing, but like a really nice green. It'll pop the eyes out, Michael. You'll look good in it.
You know, it's going to be a problem.
What?
I think if the big ticket finds out
What are we doing,
and he's worried about it, and I don't blame him. The D-man, if Ticket finds out that he got something for everybody, but
I
Ticket,
think I didn't get something for everybody. I got
asked
some.
and he just blew him off. I doubt
No,
that.
No. So that's the
no.
thing. I said to Bob, I got something for Jet and for Bob, but both of them had said, like, if you see something, get. Ticket didn't ask for something, and I don't know
No,
his size.
are you watching the Masters?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I don't have anything till later today.
Okay. All right. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But in all honesty, like both Jet and Bob would be like, oh, like I like those Jupe shirts or something.
We
So
do.
it's like, okay, I'm there. I see something, gonna get it. Ticket didn't ask for something, so I didn't get him something. So it's like, it's now Bob's trying to create this narrative where Ticket's gonna think that he's the only guy. I didn't get something for FP.
No,
either
but
because-
I'm not. But we were saying though that is classic Ticket though. Like if Ticket hears, Ticket will be like,
Oh
"You get
yeah,
anything
for
from me,
sure.
Joe?"
He's gonna
It
be like,
will
Same, it was the same shit he did with the Audi Club. It was the same thing.
oh
yeah.
yeah.
Wait, yeah. What happened with?
It is.
And then didn't he end up just bailing?
He didn't show up.
No
He
showed.
bailed.
He no showed.
Mikey went out and got him an extra ticket.
The first ever Audi Club trip. First of all, it happened so many years ago now. I think it was like 2021. I want to say.
22 maybe.
Okay. And it was just us three because it was just the Brilliantly Dumb show. It was us three and my friends. That was it. And then, like, after the second one, Ticket's like, it's kind of fucked up. I don't get the invite to the Audi Club thing, but I don't want to say anything. And then he hits you with, I don't want to say anything. So I'm like, bro, you're 100% right. I love you. I want you because I do. I love Ticket. I love Ticket. I was like, I got you the ticket. I'm buying it. It's done, sealed, delivered. Guy just no-showed. Just didn't come.
Oh, he never showed up.
And he was at Luna when we recorded the podcast at Luna outside. He was there, remember? He was doing the tech work, and he just didn't come to the game.
I said to him, I'm like, you coming to the game? He's like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to. I was like, what?
Which is even crazy.
He's like, I couldn't be bothered with the traffic and all the stuff.
He had a party bus. What traffic?
What
He could've got on the
traffic?
party bus.
Correct. That's classic Pop. I love him to death, but that is class. He did it to Showtime with the Nantucket trip. D-man, remember he bailed on that Nantucket
By
trip?
the way, if he catches wind that we're talking about him right now,
Oh, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really bad.
But I will say he's one of the best to ever do it. I love him to death.
Of course. Mike,
But you start thinking, like, with the gifts, like if you're getting something for someone, like at what point do you stop? Because like if you get something for one, then another, then another. So like if somebody tells me, hey, if you see something, like I will get it. And by the way, I would never ask for a dime for it. Like I'm happy to give it as a gift. But at the same time, like I'm not.
I told Joe, I said, you're not paying for my shirt.
Well, your money's no good here. So it's fine.
And he's insisting upon it. That's how, Joe is
but
like.
I'm happy to do that because like I don't like that's something that you don't do every day. You don't go to the Masters every day. So it's like when you do, it's nice to get it. Now I read something or somebody was creating an article saying that it's like if you wear something from the Masters but you've never been, it's like fraudulent. I think that's such bullshit because I think it's nice to get gifts for someone from that because they make for great gifts. By the way, do you know
a gift? Somebody who was there like 2 years ago sent me this.
Yeah, and it's nice.
I mean, like, I can't wear the shirt because I've never been there. Like, that's outrageous.
But I heard they make $1 million an hour in that pro shop.
That's because
$1 million an hour.
That's a fair going rate.
Because that's the thing too, is like everybody that goes is getting gifts for so many people that they go in there and they're getting 50 different things. Mikey, you got to hear. We'll play it on the audio, so you don't have to play it, but. A local news like place did an interview with Joe, and it sounds like a Dateline NBC thing. They're like, patrons at the Masters have found that pimento cheeses are like $1.50, and they're like, we spoke to one patron, Joseph DeMar, and Cutsy's hammered, and Cutsy's like, yeah, I'm out here, and he comes in just fucking hot into the interview.
He came in like he thought he was like ripping a podcast.
Yeah, he came in hot, and the guy didn't know what he does or anything like that.
He had no idea who I was.
Hey, Joe, the show never stops, my friend. The show never stops.
No, it doesn't.
You have a reputation to uphold.
We'll have Bone play it on the audio.
Sodas are $2 and the beer just $6.
Oh, well, you picked a fat guy who loves food, so you're in the right spot, my man.
Joe DeMar was just delighted to talk about food at the Masters.
It's like you're stepping into like a different time period. And then we bought like 5 breakfast sandwiches. We had some beers because that's what we do early. And it was like all this stuff. And the lady was like, it's $25. And I was like, wait, what? Like, did you get everything? She's like, yeah. I was like, all right, that's something I can get behind. So yeah, it's unbelievable. $1.50. I had my first pimento cheese sandwich today. I thought it was awesome.
No, but yeah, I mean, it's just
I need to hear it.
yeah,
Oh, it's good.
it really is. He sends it to me. It's fucking unbelievable. I told Joe, just back to the UFC. You know, I brought Jet because we went to one in Tampa. Jet had the time of it. Like, it was amazing. We had so much fun. But you go to the UFC with Jet. I can't tell you if this guy is miserable. You have no idea. You have no idea. Like, even my dad's and I will turn and be like, "How you doing? Like, you doing?" Because he just sits there like this, and he just like has like a puss on his face. But that doesn't mean he doesn't like it. It's just Chet.
And we also know that he's heavily invested probably in every fight going on. You don't know what I feel like Jet may have a couple bets you don't know about either. He's got some
he always does.
going.
He always does.
He refuses to ride the bets. He always has to take it in his portion, which is fine. But then when he puts out a bet, he wants you to ride, and we'll ride, but he's the worst rider of all time. He will not ever go with a bet that you say. Like, Mikey, sometimes we throw it into you. We'll be like, I'm taking this. You'll be like, I'm riding.
Yeah, Mikey's a good rider.
He has zero ridership whatsoever.
He'll be like, I'll wait till the game starts. Then I'll get it live.
Yeah.
And that face that you're talking about, Bob, that's the resting bitch face that he has sometimes.
Resting jet face. Resting jet face.
Bro, and I said to him, I mean, sometimes like people would come down and come ask for a picture, and he'll be like this. He'll be like, "You want me to take it?" Like, and I was like, "Dude, you look pissed off. Like when you're saying it, like you know." He'll be like, "You want me to take it?" And he'll go like this, and it's like, you just don't know. You just don't know.
I tell you what, next week going to be an interesting week, Bob. Me and Joey D in Green Bay, just me.
Is that next week?
We get back from Virginia for 1 day, Bob, and then I'm headed to Wisconsin for 5 days with Michael.
That'll be fun.
Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Wisconsin for 5 days with the D-man.
Dude,
well, we're playing golf at Sand Valley.
Are you guys?
Are you bringing your clubs, by the way?
I mean, if I'm playing Sand Valley, but it's going to be cold as shit.
You told me that they're renting clubs, but I just feel like if
I'll bring my own clubs,
I'm going to be so much worse with renting.
But just for one round though, Day.
Yeah, I'm bringing my clubs.
Yeah.
You know, by the way, too, the other thing they have us doing, Mikey, I don't know if you saw it, we're going to a Brewers game, and on the side of the Brewers game, they got us inside of a what do you call it? Like a simulator, Bob. They got golf simulators inside of the stadium.
At the Brewers game?
At the Brewers game. Yeah.
All right. Hey, listen, I like betting the Brewers total team runs. I'm a big fan of that bet, so I'll be on that.
Christian Yelich better hit a couple dingers.
Yes.
Yankees are dead.
Yeah.
Dead in the water.
Can't say that,
They're
Bob.
dead in the water. It's over. It's over. They just don't have it. They're hurt.
Pitching
they got the
is so
injury.
bad, man. Pitching is bad, man.
I'll tell you what's not bad, and I'll tell you what's good for everybody. And that's our good friends at AG1. Now, I've been saying it for a while now. I actually real low key here. I ran out of my AG1, so I'm going to need them to send me some more. But AG1, for those who've been watching and listening to this show for a long time, they know AG1 has been one of our long-standing partners. And you know, they've been doing it for a long time. And if you've never tried AG1, I strongly suggest that you make it part of your morning routine, because it will have you feeling all type of ways that you haven't felt before. It's going to have you feeling really, really good. And you know what? Like that green juice, when you're looking at something like that, it just looks healthy. It is healthy, and it's for everybody. So when it comes to my health, I want something I can trust. That's why I and the boys here at the Brilliant Dumb Show choose AG1 with science-backed ingredients and real benefits. AG1 makes it easy to support overall wellness every single day, and that's why we've been partnering with AG1 for so long. AG1 is offering new subscribers a free $76 gift when you sign up. You'll get a welcome kit, a bottle of D3K2, and 5 free travel packs in your first box. So make sure you check out drinkag1.com/dumb. That's drinkag1.com/DUMB to get this offer. We'll see you on the other side. Let's start our day off on a healthier note with our friends at AG1.
Very nice, D-Man. Very, very
That
nice.
D3K2 is
I have not tried that yet.
That is the immune system like cheat code. That D3.
Really?
Yeah.
Joe's right, by the way.
Even a guy who hasn't gotten sick this year yet, knock on wood. And I've been
I got sick yesterday.
I've been around a lot of illness.
I'm worried about that back issue, D.
I went to a chiropractor the other day for the first time.
How'd it
How was
go?
that?
It was interesting, dude. He tells me to like lay on this thing, and all of a sudden he just goes like this, and my body just starts cracking.
Oh,
Yeah.
Now I know he's good because he works on Justin Thomas. So like I know he's like a legitimate, like Bob, you know what? I walked into like the main area and there's like a Masters flag signed by Justin Thomas on there. So like I know that it's like a top tier doctor. So I'm like, I know I'm in good hands, but it's still, you hear them crack in your body like that, and you're like concerned. Like, is this normal?
A chiropractor unlike any other, some would say.
the #2 Canadian Barber of the Year. What was it? The 2021.
2018
Those are
Canadian Barber of the Year.
Bob.
This is the 2025 Augusta Chiropractor of the Year.
Well, no, he's based out of Jupiter. Great guy. His name's Steve. But yeah, no, it's
He does
my back's
Justin
been bad.
Thomas, so you know he's legit.
Well, I'm just saying, if like a guy who's in the PGA Tour is going there, you got to know this guy's credentials are through the roof.
Yes.
Yeah, after being in Miami and it was fun. We're so lucky to live in Jupiter, man. It really is. It's just, you go to Miami, it's like, oh my God, it's just fucking chaos. Everything here is so quiet.
No, I was in Atlanta. Atlanta was brutal too.
Yeah, it is. It's a party city, and the people. I mean, they're tough. The driving there is chaotic. It's just so happy to be in Jupiter. And same with
We're
Justin
in like a
Thomas.
little bubble. We're in a little bubble that's just very quiet, very serene, very nice.
Yeah.
Jupiter's
good
on the
spot.
up and up. A lot of golf people going there now, it feels like.
Yes. Another thing, I check the Brilliantly Dumb Show YouTube every single day now to see where that thing's going. I mean, we just continue. We really are cranking, fellas. It's really, really good to see. So
Nice.
thank you
Nice.
to everybody that's been watching, subscribing, the whole 9 yards. But without further ado, let's head on over to our buy or sell segment here of the show. I'm going to start with you, Mikey V, to get us kicked off here for the buy or sell.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell. I'm going to sell the situation going on the last couple of days. This Nico Amaliava situation at Tennessee, with him holding out for more money, not going to, then no showing spring practice, and then Tennessee drawing the line in the sand and kicking him off the team, or separating from him, however they call it. Just the landscape of college football right now, how insane this is. This feels like the first real crazy incident of the NIL era. In terms of like a really high profile player having a dispute with a blue chip university like Tennessee, a blue chip program like that. I'm not putting the blame, honestly, on either side. I think Amaliava's biggest problem is the fact that his agent is like his dad and like his dad's friend. And I think they kind of just screwed him, for lack of a better. Like, I think if he had gotten like some type of professional representation, somebody who really knew how to negotiate, I think this probably could have got avoided. But it's a scary thing to think like, is this the direction it's heading in? And Tennessee, I give them credit for standing their ground and not caving, because I really thought when it first came out and he was asking for money, at this point in the season, the teams are having their spring games. I thought they would have just bit the bullet and paid him, to be honest. But I guess they said, fuck it. And it just feels like this is a real turning point in college football in terms of the whole NIL era. It's crazy. Like it's a crazy story.
Two things for me on that front. First thing, he's not that good. Guy's washed up. He's like another version of DJ Ugalelia or whatever it is. He's not very good. Second thing,
he was only a freshman though, to be fair, Joe. Like he could get better conceivably.
That game where he ran out of bounds when the game was ending, and he didn't even have the presence of mind to try to chuck it into the end zone. Even I would have tried to throw the ball
over in that game. You could bet your
bottom. Oh
yeah,
yeah, dude.
Second thing, no one should ever have family representing them as an agent. It's a terrible idea. Remember Lamar Jackson's mom screwed him for years, almost prevented him from getting that big old deal. It's that the only thing is the guy was like the greatest player of all time, so they couldn't help but give it to him. But his mom was detrimental in getting him a deal because you're very biased. You have to go to someone who knows what they're doing, who has expertise in that field.
Credentials.
Yeah, you just can't just pick it up. It's like
chiropractor,
could be you, Mikey. I'm dead serious, Mikey. That's what you're going to the class. I'm being serious.
Why does Joe always laugh at everything?
I know. I was being dead. I was 100.
I think maybe Bob was being serious there for a second. Maybe
he was joking.
No,
Mikey, you don't actually think you're going to go and represent like a top tier Div 1,
well, I'm not looking to become an agent. I'm looking to just like rep kids to get brand deals.
That's why I'm saying you're not looking to be a major agent.
I'm just looking to bridge gaps between the like certain brands and collegiate athletes.
But wouldn't that be some sort of agent or a manager if you're trying to go get brand deals?
To a degree, but I don't think like not full representation where like the kid's going to come out in the NFL draft and he's got to start talking to NFL teams. First of all, you have to go through like courses, like multiple courses, get multiple certifications and take tests for that. So like that's a whole
start off by talking to Pavia.
Start a new career.
Yo, watch you're gonna.
Pavia wants a piece, man, of a certain golf brand that I'm very familiar with.
Oh,
wow! He wants in on have a day.
Pavia's Mr. Pavia, man.
We can talk.
Listen.
We can talk.
Hey, Bob, he's an SEC guy, so there's some eyeballs on Vanderbilt.
I think, yeah, and Breezy Opens are coming up soon. I'm not letting any cats out of the bags with that, but I have certain national champion wants to attend the first Breezy Open with a foursome. Gonna have that guy over there for that one.
Wow,
very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, maybe I talked too soon, Bob.
I mean,
you didn't really talk. You just fucking laughed in my face. You didn't really talk. You just fucking cracked up. But you know what? I love you regardless. Everything just glides off my shoulder.
It'll all wash off when I give you that beautiful double XL Q-zip.
In his homeland of Canada or Wisconsin.
He's gonna love holding that Q-zip over your head. He'll be
like, shut the hell up, Bob.
Like he'll take a shot at you and be like, but Mikey, I love you. I got you the Q-zip.
Bob, imagine if it was a Q-zip and it was in the style of that hat and it just fucking said Masters across the front of it. Is this just got the logo, Joe? It's just got the logo? Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted. That's perfect.
I'm very excited for my sweatshirt.
It's Bob. It's one of those athletic ones. They got one for you and Jet.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
By the way, Ticket, they both asked, so no need to get on angst, Okay.
All right, let's head on over to the D-man for the buy or sell.
I thought long and hard about whether or not I should sell this because I'm going to take a ton of flack about it. And you know what? I'm still going to sell it because I'm just going to always do what I think is
fuck them kids
for me. Yeah, you know what? I'm selling it, and it's going to be a really tough take, and a lot of people are not going to be happy. I tried one the other day. This is the second time I've tried this now. The first time I tried it, I was like, this isn't for me. I was at Augusta the other, or don't say Augusta. I was at the Masters the other day.
Don't say Augusta.
I tried it again.
All time. That was all time.
By the way,
story that was, man.
Real Joe, I do got
the greatest things ever. That was,
no, it wasn't. I got a bunch of slack for that.
Dude, I do just wanted to chip in for the folks doesn't know. There was a time we were at the Waste Management. We're in the living room, and Cutsy keeps mentioning the word Augusta. And Perez did not want him to say the word Augusta because he doesn't want to
It's one of the most fucking ridiculous things I have ever heard in my life. It was like I was using the Lord's name in vain.
I was in the clouds. I was in tears.
It was one of the funniest. I don't have it on film. It was one of the funniest that Perez felt like if Cutsy, I could be off here, but correct me if I'm wrong. Cutsy
I
kept
said
saying
to
it.
him,
Go ahead.
I said, Perez, do you think, like, in all honesty, now with the connections that we have and stuff, that someone like in the future would ever be able to take you to Augusta? And he didn't even want to answer the
I don't
question.
know if that's exactly how that story went, Joe. Just
It
to
was
be
something, and
totally
he didn't
honest.
even want to answer it. And then he's like, first off, don't say Augusta. Second of all, don't ask me that, because if I answer, it's not going to happen. It was like he thought that if he said something that it'd go against the universe and turn the tides of making it happen. It was the most fucking
Well,
ridiculous
It's
thing
like
I've ever heard.
if you say Beetlejuice 3 times, he's gonna.
Oh yeah.
Well,
It was like I was like using the Lord's name in vain, Michael. It was preposterous.
That is how he
I'd
reacted.
love
Yeah,
to
it was
call
like I was using some blasphemous language.
I'd love to call him right now. But
He's in bed
where,
still.
where it started from, where it started from was
I
where it
mean, it's
started
not even nude.
where it started from. Man, where it started.
Yeah.
Where it started from was on the 17th hole at Waste Management. Cutsy ran into a mutual friend who I now know too, a really nice guy.
Really nice.
Now this is this is driving in the
Correct.
right.
So this I will say is fair, where the conversation led, but we saw this guy on the 17th hole. We've talked about it before, and Cutsy screams to me and he goes, Bob, this is the guy I was telling you about. He's a member at Augusta.
No, his
No, the
stepdad
guy's
is.
dad. I think it was the
Yeah.
guy's dad. Was a
And,
member.
and then the guy said, he's like, dude, he's like, you can't. He's like, take it easy. Like, you can't say that. So then I think we told Perez about it, but then Cutsy kept saying Augusta. So every time Cutsy said Augusta, Perez would say, don't fucking say Augusta.
Yeah, he got really mad.
It was
For a guy that
100.
never
He
gets
was-
upset.
He was pissed.
He was pissed. And Mikey's just on the recliner fucking dying the entire time. What a great trip that was, man.
I've seen people take like literal shots at Perez and he doesn't get mad. But God forbid I said the
Don't talk
word
about Augusta, dog.
Don't
that
talk
starts with an A and ends with an A. It was like
All right,
the end of the world.
What was the sell by? What's the sell by?
Okay,
We
so-
gotta
But,
re-
I was there, we're not going to mention where, but I was there this week and I said, you know what, I'm going to try it again. A guy was like, do you want to try one? It's the Zins. I am selling Zins. I can't do them, man. I felt lightheaded, my stomach, I felt woozy. I thought I was going to puke. I don't know how people do them. Mikey, I know that you've tried them before. They're not for me, man. I can't do them. I can't handle them. Maybe that's the problem, but like these 6 to 10 milligram Zin pouches, man. Bob, have you tried them? Like I felt lightheaded. It was brutal.
I don't want to try it because for me, it's like if I do get into it, why would I want to get into it? That's like same thing with like the pens. I just don't do it because I don't want to get hooked. Like I think I could end up getting hooked. But in baseball, we used to do the dip, like the actual long cut dip. I tried that one time and I was in center field. It was in warm ups before a game. I was like, Bob, just try one. So I tried one and it gives me a fatty. I put it in. I'm like, fuck, man, I'm getting dizzy. All of a sudden, a guy hits a fly ball. So we're shagging, just fly balls. I start running to the ball and just fall down. And I took it out and I just fucking whipped out. I'm like, I'm done with that. And then I've never, but the people do love Zins.
When you first do dip, like I mean, you're gonna get nauseous. I mean, it's just the way.
Oh, bro, I couldn't do it. It's like the first time you try to smoke a cigarette when you don't ever smoke cigarettes. And it's like, there's no need for me to do that. It's just not my thing. So I'm selling it. If you do Zins, which I know a lot of the younger demographic, they're all about it. And I don't have any problem
I don't
with
think
it.
you're gonna get that crush for that. I thought you were gonna sell like the food at the Masters.
Oh no, the food. That was gonna be my buy.
I wanted to
That was
ask
gonna
you,
be a
Dave,
buy.
what did you think of the Masters food?
So I wanted to do a thing where I brought a bunch of the food back with me and like
Yeah.
I did a whole review of it, but like you can't like travel with, because I'm there all day. Like by the time you bring a egg salad sandwich back home, it's just fucking terrible. But I tried for the first time the pimento cheese sandwich. It was great. I honestly, and they had a barbecue pork, like pulled pork sandwich, which was awesome.
That might be the best item and it doesn't get talked about at all.
What they did too, which I thought was such a heady play, they had little packets of barbecue sauce. Because sometimes you get the sandwich and it can be dry or whatever, but they give the little packets of barbecue sauce, so you could just put a little of that on and it keeps it really. It was awesome, and everything was so cheap.
Did you do that peach ice cream sandwich?
Yeah, I tried it.
How was that?
It's very sweet, but it's really good, Mikey. I
Yeah,
think
see,
you
that
would
would be
like
the
it.
thing I would have my target sights on first would be that peach ice cream.
And they had a new item this year was the tomato savory pie. I had no desire to try that.
I would have tried that.
I
I
didn't have
saw
any
that.
desire. We did the breakfast, we did a biscuit, and then they have their actual other breakfast sandwich, Bob. They got sausage and bacon in there. In like it was really good. Yeah. So the food was all good, very reasonable. Beers were like $5 or $6. Like
Beers, I mean, you could drink a case of beer there for like nothing. I mean, it's wild how
I
cheap
will
it is.
say though, I mean, Joe, don't you? I think you would agree. Like, I went to the Masters, and you do want to go and say that you've gone and see the course is really, really cool to do. But as far as the viewing experience, and this isn't just Augusta, this is really any golf thing you go to. If you want to see shots, the different of shots that you see from your own home compared to when you're there, like even the group that you follow, you're fighting to even see the shots. If you have the chance to do it, I do think you got to do it, but you really don't get to see much golf.
no, so I agree with you, Bob. I will say two things. The first thing is that just being there and seeing the course and like walking the grounds is spectacular. Even if you didn't see a single shot all day, it's like surreal when you walk in there. But to your point, it's even more so because you don't have your phone. So like I had matchups and you don't even know who's hitting what. Like normally you're in a normal tournament, you can like look on your phone, keep track
Are
of
you
who's where.
are you with the phone? You're not allowed to physically bring it in with you. They check you for the phone.
They'll either have you turn it in when you walk in, or I just leave it in the car. Like
Okay.
Smart.
I don't need someone else holding my phone, so I'll leave it in the car. And then the problem is, like, you're at the tournament, like we got there at like 8:30, we left at 6, and then you come back, and then I turn my phone on, and it's like you have like we had work calls I had to like catch up on, like all this shit. And so for the next 2 hours, you're just like trying to catch up to everything that was on the phone. So the Masters, it was great, but I will say that like I think I got sunstroke because I was supposed to go yesterday too. I didn't go. Yes, I felt terrible, but it's a long day. It's exhausting. And it's like you don't get the viewing experience that you do sitting at home. So like I don't know if I'll be
I mean,
going
you guys,
back.
you guys have been to way more of these than I have, obviously. But I thought that one of the cooler viewing experiences was at the Waste on the 16th from the
Yes.
bus.
Yeah, that's
Like
fun.
I thought that was like ideal because you could see you're on a perch, you could see everything. Now that's not a normal thing to have happen all the time, but I will say that was like the energy alone at that hole. Everybody knows the Waste people go fucking crazy, but the energy at that hole combined with the view that we had
Yeah.
and the situation, I thought that was like, I don't know if anything could top that.
The other thing with that, Mikey, is you have TVs showing the rest of the coverage. You have your phone, so you can keep track. Like if you have if you have a matchup, like the only way for me to know who was scoring was to go to the main leaderboard right near the entrance and see the score.
Now,
like
I do think there is something to be said for the crowd involvement at Augusta because there are no phones.
yes.
Like I do think there's something to be
yeah.
said for how invested the crowd gets because of that. I think that
Yeah.
is very cool. I do.
I think
They're dialed in.
the one hole that is really like, I mean, I don't want to say underrated because everyone's talking, but like viewing wise is awesome to view is the 17th at Sawgrass. When we went to that, that one's really, really fun to see.
The island hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. We almost did for the top 5 this week. We almost did top 5 signature golf holes, but I just knew it would have been funny to see Mikey just totally make it up. I think it would have gotten tough though, like the later half of
We
it.
may circle back to it.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of good holes, Bob. You got Pebble Beach, you got St. Andrews, you got Soccer. I
Yeah.
mean, there's a lot of good holes you can.
Yeah. All right, I'm going with the bye. We talked about him briefly before. I just think he's one of the most entertaining guys going right now. It'll get better and better. I could be wrong. I could misspeak here. I don't think he's lost. But Patty the Batty is one of the most fun, not only fighters but even athletes. He has literally the best walkout there is. Like if you look
Was
at
it
UFC
electric?
walk, fucking amazing. Dun, 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 dun,
You
dun,
know who I
dun,
think
dun,
hating on him a
dun.
little bit, Bob?
What's that?
You know who I think's hating on him a little bit, and it's a knock on him. I do think it's a knock on him, McGregor. I think McGregor, like he posted like a pic where he went in on like he bet like $500,000 on Chandler last night by knockout, and I just feel like maybe maybe Connor thinks that like Patty's kind of not biting his style, but I think maybe he feels like Patty's kind of creeping in his kind of mojo
Sure.
story. You know what I mean? But I think
Yeah.
that's a good look for McGregor, honestly. Now he didn't say. I don't think he said anything against him personally, but I'm just like, why would he post this a pic about Chandler? But whatever. Yeah. So I don't know, but I do think Patty's good for the
It's
sport.
special. Dude, the McGregor thing's wild. I saw Rogan talking about it a bit ago, but like he was saying, like he earned everything that he had to where like you're a UFC fighter like that. Like, bro, those guys when they're done, they deserve to live however they want to live. But he looks gone. Like I've never seen a guy where you just look at him so and just know that he's on some sort of like
There's a lot going on there, I think.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Even
Like this
Mikey,
guy don't stop.
do
This
you
guy don't
take
stop.
do you take back your top 5 athletes to
Yeah.
date your sister
Yeah.
that you know? Okay, all
I do.
right.
I do. You know, but I will
One
say
of the
that.
worst all-time picks of
Thank you,
any
Joe.
top five I've ever seen in
Appreciate it,
my
Joe.
life.
Keep going, Joe. Thank you, Joe.
I mean, it was just, it was a, I mean, Mikey, we all have mistakes, but that's a brain dead pick.
Oh,
Anything else, Joe? Or
The guy's a piece of shit, Mikey.
okay.
He's always been a piece of shit. Like always. That, I mean, that was part of his allure. Like people liked him because he was edgy, but he's not a good guy.
Yeah, that's kind of like I'm stuck in like this weird place with Connor where it's like like there's something really, really wrong. Now, listen, the guy got punched in the head for a living for however many years, so obviously something is probably wrong. But like I see all this crazy shit. He's with all these like women at his like bar or whatever. He's like, obviously he's fucking on whatever he's on. He's nuts. But then he does like he constantly posts pictures with his wife and his kids. And I don't know. I'm not going to pass judgment, but yeah, I do retract the sister day.
I
I would
appreciate
probably
that.
say I would probably
Good for
say
you.
it's not a good idea at this point.
Yo,
I would
Good for you, Michael.
what these guys go through is amazing. There was a guy yesterday. Um, the guy he was fighting against was minus 140 to knock the guy out. And I'm thinking to myself, it's like, could you imagine going into arena and knowing that you are favored to be unconscious in a matter of a few minutes?
Which one was that, Bob?
I don't remember. And he knocked him
Was
out.
that the Reyes? Was that the Reyes fight or the Yair?
No.
Yair?
Before. Yes, it might have been Rodriguez or I don't know for sure, but I remember watching it and thinking, could you imagine being a minus 140? You're a Vegas favorite to get knocked the fuck out. Like these guys are just
That's not even that bad, to be honest.
I know.
No.
There's worse than that. Imagine going in and
Correct.
you're like a minus 500, which we've seen plenty of times to get knocked out.
It's amazing.
Like,
That's
man.
crazy, man.
I
That's
got
crazy.
so
And by the way, the bright lights, like when you're there, like when you watch it on TV, it's one thing. When you're like there in the stadium and you feel like the gravity of the atmosphere and like the moment, it's so much more intense. Like the spotlights and everything, it just makes it like
yeah.
it's
Well,
great. Like I have like a little anxiety watching the fights. when
I
I'm
do
there.
too. Imagine being the fam. Like I was looking at Chandler's wife during the fight. I was watching her during the fight. That's tough, bro. When they're just getting pummeled and you got Chandler's kid was there. I don't know if you watched the
Oh.
fight, but they walked in again. Like it is a vicious.
I think so much is lost in translation from in person watching a fighting sport, whether it's boxing, MMA, whatever, and to the TV. Because on TV, you see people in movies, TV shows, wrestling, fights, fighting sports. You see people beating each other up all the time. And on TV, I think you kind of lose it when you're there and you see two guys
Yeah.
flesh to flesh fucking throwing haymakers and you hear one of the shots land and you hear it like live. You're like, holy
Never mind hear the shots when you're close, you see the blood splatting on the side.
Or
Oh, I
catch the
remember
mouth.
the first fight where I was really hit me is this guy got beat, like knocked out. They had to sit him on a chair for like 5 minutes and he was not even
Yeah.
conscious. And I kept saying to Bob, I'm like, look, he's not even, the guy's like
Yeah.
not even like conscious right now. It was like, oh my God, this is crazy.
It
They take
is.
And everybody's cheering.
I
Everybody's
know.
going nuts.
Yeah.
And it's like you kind of feel bad. Like you kind of like, yo, this guy's got a family and shit, you know?
He's
He's
got
got-
a family.
It's flat out gladiator shit. I was asking Gaethje. I talk to Gaethje often, and I asked him. I was like, the night, like even the night after the fight, like what's it like? He said if you knock somebody out, he's like, whenever I've knocked somebody out, he's like, I sleep fine if I lose the fight and I've got knocked out. I've slept fine that night. If you're the one who knocks the person out, he goes, your adrenaline is pumping from the time it happens throughout the entire night that he said he's never slept the night that he's knocked somebody out.
That's
Okay.
crazy. And
It's
by the way,
crazy.
Patty the Batty called him out to fight. I don't think, as good as he is, I don't think he could go toe to toe with Gaethje. I think he would lose that fight.
I do too. It'd be a good fight. I think it might happen. I hope it does. I really do. I agree. I think Gaethje would be favored, but it wouldn't be a crazy amount.
But I'm seeing, I guess that's what Patty is saying, that like people keep doubting him because they don't see him at that level, at like the top of the level. But he's proving right now, and even last night, like that fight was never close. Like
Yeah.
he's proving that he belongs there. So good for him.
What a sport. What a fucking sport. All right, fellas, let's get into our top five. This is a Mikey V top five. Mikey V took the dub. I came in second. D-Man 3. Mikey, tell the folks what they're going to be getting. Congrats on the top five last week. I think this was a great call. We were scrambling for top five, so please put the top five suggestions in. And Mikey, tell the folks what they're getting today.
Yeah, we were scrambling a little bit, but we saw one out there that we liked a lot. I think I've seen it multiple times on Twitter, Instagram, people comment, and so keep those firing in for sure, YouTube. But we're going to do, in honor of the Masters, we are going to do our own personal Masters winners menu for the Masters dinner. I had said, Bob, originally pick 2 appetizers, 1 entree, 1 dessert, 1 side. If you want to pivot and make it 2 sides and 1 appetizer,
Yeah, I think that's
that
better.
and keep it 1 app, 2 sides, 1 entree, dessert.
Yeah.
You have to pick the numbers, so you can't just stack. You got to hit every one of those. And
Yeah, I
obviously,
like that.
if somebody takes something, it's gone. So it's gonna be a little thought process into it.
Okay, wait, so but
It's-
you could scramble as far as what you pick. Like you could
Yeah.
pick.
Sure, you don't have to
Gotcha.
pick an order, but you got to hit a dessert, 2 sides, an entree, and an appetizer.
Yeah.
Now, want to do the 2 apps, or would you rather do the 2
I
sides?
mean, I was ready to do the 2 apps just because that's what we had put. But if we want to switch, I mean, I can make that pivot. It's not a crazy pivot by any means.
Joe?
I'm fine. I'm fine with that. Yeah.
You want to do 2 sides or you want to do 2 apps?
I think there's more. I think sides is better than apps.
Okay, all right. Let's do that then. Mikey, where do you want to pick?
I'll pick 1. Let me just get a pen because I'm at the hotel. So let me just get a pen. Well, Bob, you finished second? Or third?
Yeah.
Yeah, he came
Second.
second.
I'll go 3.
All right. Joe, you're in the 2 hole.
Yeah.
All right.
Take it away, Michael.
Yeah, I'm going to start, tomahawk ribeye steak entree. I just think, a bone-in tomahawk steak is something that I don't want to lose out on. So I'm going to take it on the first.
All right. Since there's not many apps, I'll go with an app first. I'll go with the Caesar salad, tableside Caesar.
Wow. Right under Bob's nose, he took it.
Yeah, no, I mean it's the right
There's
play.
not many apps to pick from, right? So it's just like,
Well, I mean, it could be any app, really.
I know, but you start off with a banger app, you really get the meal off to a good start.
So give me mac and cheese. I want to lock in for a side. And then for starters, give me sliders. Give me the burger sliders.
All right. I'll go with a chicken parmesan as an entree. Nice chicken parm for everybody.
Over to you, Mikey.
Appetizer, I don't know if you guys want to vote it down. I don't know, but I would, for my appetizer, I would do like a seafood tower or like some kind of like raw bar assortment. If that's no good, then if you guys want to vote against it, that's fine. I would want like a raw bar type of deal.
I think we got to get a specific there.
I think you either go like oysters or like
Yeah.
or like shrimp cocktail or you know what I mean? Like I feel like you can't do like seafood towers, like a bunch of different things.
I
Okay.
agree.
All right, I'll
Just because
pivot.
there's not many appetizers too, right? Like Bob might want to do shrimp cocktail if you do oysters, right? Like,
Yeah. All right. I'm going to pivot away completely. I'm going to go with back-to-back sides. I'm going to do back-to-back sides. I'm going to take, give me a cream spinach to go with that ribeye.
Sure.
And then hit me off with the oh my God. Oh, Lyonnaise potatoes or scallop potatoes, the cheesy potatoes.
Sure. D-man.
I'll go with side. I'll go with the lobster tail as a side.
What
did you just say?
What?
D-man.
What did I say?
Are you fucking with us?
Gotta be fucking with us. He has to be.
No, I'm taking lobster tail as a side. Like, is that you guys want to veto that or what?
You have to be fucking with us, Joe. You have to be fucking
Why
with
am
us.
I fucking with you? That's my pick, Bob.
Because we fucking destroyed Mikey for taking lobster tail as a side. Last year's
No.
one of the biggest
But
moments.
this is the Masters dinner. You can do whatever you want.
Oh man,
my
let Bob
sweet-
let him keep it because
no, Mikey, you
let the internet,
can't
let
do
the
Thank you.
internet, 'cause the
Mike,
internet's
thank you,
gonna
Michael.
cook him. The
Thank
internet's
you.
gonna take
No,
care of it.
Mikey, they're gonna cook him regardless. Do not let him take lobster tail as a side.
But this is
By the way,
different than a normal dinner. This is the
Absolutely.
Masters.
Out of principle, for the lashing that I took for the lobster tail side, I can't in good conscience let you take it, Joe.
correct. You
Not a
can't
veto
do
it.
that.
A normal
You're a wild boy, D. You're
A normal dinner, I would say you don't that's an enhancement, that's an add-on. But this is
That's
the
an-
Masters. This is the biggest dinner on any stage.
That's an
Like anything goes here,
That's
Michael.
that's an enhancement.
Well, it is. It's an add-on, Bob. It's an
That's
add-on, and normally, and that was my point to Mikey that you can't just for a normal dinner you can't. But this is a Masters dinner. This is anything goes. This is like catered, like from start to finish.
This guy's unbelievable. Dude. This guy is.
So I can't keep it.
No, fuck no, and fuck you.
That was absurd, man.
I can't believe this guy just did that.
That was the balls on this guy.
What? But Bob, do you understand what I'm saying? It's not a normal dinner. This is like this.
John, I get
this
it's not a
dinner
normal
is
dinner,
set by like a
but
king.
the roasting we did to Mikey and
Kill
to
him.
come in here
No.
and it's absolutely just insanity. Take it away. Who's up? Jesus.
You're up.
I gotta make a pick.
Yeah, sorry,
Okay.
sorry.
Bob, did you take mac and cheese?
I
Yeah,
sure
you
did.
did.
I sure did.
I got lost in that whole freaking cheese, man. All right, you know what? I'm gonna do a New York cheesecake as my dessert. I'm gonna put a dessert on the board.
Yeah.
Because Lord knows I can't take a side.
I mean, that's crazy.
Hey, welcome to my world, Joe. Okay, welcome to how I felt.
Well, you just tried to take a whole seafood down.
Okay, so that was wild. That was wild.
I came in
For
with
my
a gentlemanly
appetizer,
approach
I'd
on
like
that.
everything.
I didn't fight it.
I'd like a tableside buffet for my appetizer, please.
Would.
Butler service.
I'll take Golden Corral as my entree. All right.
Oh,
So for my
man.
appetizer, I want sushi. Give me sushi as the
I was
appetizer.
about to do that.
That's
Very
a
nice.
good one,
Very
D-man.
nice.
Yeah, I feel good about it.
Wow.
The problem is with me is I have a mix of everything. It's like
It's all over the map.
Yeah,
It's like a
correct.
schizophrenic came up with the fucking menu.
Incredible Lecter's master.
Yeah. Okay, and then for my I kind of feeling Mikey may take this, so I do want to take it. I want an ice cream cookie skillet for my
Oh.
dessert.
You want the Scotty skillet. You want
Yeah, the Scotty skillet. Were you gonna take that, Mikey?
No.
I was worried about you snagging that, but okay.
All right, I need a side, right?
You.
This guy.
Can I do a side of pasta?
Jesus Christ, man. No.
I'm asking the committee. Jeez, man.
The committee says
Like
no.
split on the committee, so no.
Mikey, you were going to say yes, right? Because technically you could do
Mike.
that.
No, I'm sticking to my guns. I'm just saying no to everything.
Okay.
I'm going to return that fucking Q-zip, man.
No, don't do that.
There it is. There it is.
That's the last time you're
one.
hearing about it. That's the last time you're hearing about
Q-zip.
it.
That Q-zip's gonna end up working against you,
You better
Mikey.
be in fucking Green Bay, Joe, or there's gonna be problems.
It'll
I
be
need-
there.
need it.
Go
I'm
ahead,
gonna
D.
break. Well, as long as it gets shipped to me in time. Oh yeah, it will. It will for sure.
They're good.
All right. I'll do mashed potatoes for one of my sides.
Classic. I got back to back, and I got to go app, and I got to go dessert. Oh man. Appetizer. I was gonna do the sushi, Bob. That was a really good play. That was a really fucking good play. You know what? I'm gonna.
Sushi as the appetizer, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a lobster bisque soup. I'm gonna go lobster
Oh,
bisque
okay.
soup as the app. A little soup action. Nobody wants soup.
Yeah.
I like a nice little soup. Got to be big chunks of lobster in there because it's at Augusta. You know they're not going to go cheap on the lobster. And then for dessert, what the fuck can we round it out with dessert? Bob went ice cream skillet, which is a great play. Joe went New York style cheesecake, which is a good play too. Not a lot of options left there on the dessert front. Damn, this is tough.
Yeah, it's just.
This is tough.
I got a question for you guys about my list.
Go ahead.
No, I'll wait till you go.
You need an entree. That's the last thing you got.
No, but I don't know if that I don't think that's true. That's why I'm a little confused. I need to go to the committee.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
Mike,
because
do your
you took sliders as an appetizer, and then you took sushi. You said sliders as your appetizer, and then you took.
Well, that's okay. I got a side. Yeah, I got to do another side. You're saying, right?
Well, you only get
No, you don't
one
have an entree.
appetizer.
And you took two appetizers.
No, I can do.
Oh.
But I
So
can.
that means one of his sides has to be one of his appetizers.
Gotta
has
get
to be the
re-released
entree.
into the pool.
Correct.
No. One of his appetizers now has to become his entree.
I know, and that's what I can do with the sushi. No problem.
All right, so sushi's your entree.
Yeah.
Sushi's his entree.
Yeah, but it's not ideal.
Oh, jeez, that's.
Tell you what, that ain't filling me up, dog. That dinner, I'm leaving that dinner hungry, dog. I'm leaving that dinner. Anyway, dessert. I'm gonna, fuck. Shit.
I have a
I'm
cameo that.
gonna go with a pie. I'm gonna go with a pie for dessert. How about a nice apple pie a la mode?
That's good.
Apple pie a la mode, little apple pie and ice cream.
Okay, and then I'm left with the sides. I'm gonna go French fries.
What's me?
Joe's turn.
Oh, my bad.
Really.
My God. I fucked up because I should have taken onion rings instead of fucking mashed potatoes.
Onion rings are great, by the way.
Yeah,
And I
D-Man
can't,
loves it.
I can't do two starch. I can't do onion rings and.
No,
mashed-
you have to take a side.
I know, but I
Oh.
feel like I need to do a vegetable.
I mean, you don't have to do anything you don't want
No,
to do.
you do want to. Go ahead, D.
That onion
just
ring
think
to push you over the top.
I'm going onion rings.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think like a grilled asparagus would have done much for you there. to be
I was
honest.
thinking about a cream corn, but
Cream corn's great. Cream
Okay.
corn's great.
And give me French fries for the side. I got a lot
Bob
going
is
on.
all over. Bob is all over the map. It's like you put a list in front of Stevie Wonder and he just picked different cards.
He played pin the tail on the dog.
Okay, Mike.
Useless.
All right. I went first. I got entree. Well, we'll go appetizers coming out first is the lobster, a nice little lobster bisque soup to wet your whistle. Then we're gonna warm you up with the tomahawk bone and ribeye, cream spinach, scallop potatoes on the side, classic accompaniments there. Finish off with an apple pie a la mode. At Joe's dinner, he's gonna start you off with a Caesar salad. That had to be gut wrenching for Bob, whether he
Table
admits
side, yeah.
it has to hurt. Joe taking the Caesar first, following up with a nice chicken parm. And we're getting some mashed potatoes with the chicken parm and onion rings. A little heavy on the carbs, but it's once a year. Fuck it. Who cares? Finishing off with a nice slice of New York style cheesecake. Now, Bob's got you. He's got some sliders coming at you right out of the gate. Nobody doesn't like a slider.
The
Nobody
sliders. Start them with the sliders and the fries.
Well, no, the
Fries are
sliders-
side,
yeah,
Bob.
and then we're coming out with the sushi tray. And who doesn't want sushi accompanied by mac and cheese and French fries, ladies and gentlemen? We're finishing you off. We're finishing you off. Patty Scheffler skillet, which was probably Bob's best pick of the
Scheffler.
just
Bob's
an
got the
unbelievable
old
top
taste of the
five.
rainbow, just a little bit of everything, man.
This top five, I don't think I've laughed over the top five in a long time, man. Very good. Very
Oh,
good.
man. Good stuff, fellas.
Oh,
Clap it up,
man.
clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. That has been another edition of the Brilliantly Dumb Show. Please like, comment, subscribe. Michael, enjoy Mexico. We love you. We appreciate it. And as always, we will see you next week.